Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. Today we are talking about the easiest way to write a main idea in essay. Stay back till the end to learn this method. Facts about writing essay. Essay contributes significantly to the writing section, and it is very unlikely to get your 79 plus if you don't score well in essay. And in essay, you guys are scored against two criteria, like generally. We're looking at the content and mechanics. Content refers to the main ideas. Are they relevant to the topic being asked on the test day? And mechanics is everything related to the grammar, structure, coherence, and cohesion. Today, I'm talking about the content, and the biggest, content does matter. It does matter. Why? Because like the machine that is scoring you is not dumb or stupid. Pearson had invested a huge amount of money to train and teach this machine. And the machine is trained based on 10,000 responses when it comes to essay, and those responses were scored by two different human writers, and the outcome from those writers did act as a big data for this machine. So trust me, this machine will be able to pick up if your content is poor or irrelevant, and it will penalize you big time in the writing score. So let's make it very clear. We are looking at some relevant ideas. The ideas don't have to be very complex or sophisticated, very simple ideas. I would say 2 to 4 ideas are more than enough. So, how to write relevant content? Because the main challenge students do face is to write the idea itself or to come up with the idea itself. So I would say we have 2 challenges. Challenge number 1, coming up with a relevant main idea. Like some students would say, Ali, I can't think about anything relevant to the topic. And the other challenge is, writing the idea itself. Like some students say, okay, I know the idea, I've got an idea in my mind, but I can't write it on the paper. The purpose of this lesson is to focus on this challenge, how to overcome this challenge, how to write the sentence on the paper and then write it into the computer. But I'm gonna talk about the first challenge a little bit. How to write a main idea. As I mentioned earlier, the main idea you write should not be a complex or sophisticated one. We are looking at 2 to 4 main ideas, and each idea could be a simple sentence between 6 and 15 words. 15 words are more than enough. You don't have to go beyond 15 words. So, writing a simple sentence. So let's talk about a simple sentence. We're going to have a very short grammar lesson now. What is a simple sentence? A simple sentence in English has subject, verb. The object is optional, not all the time. We can write a simple sentence without an object, and I'll show you some examples later. And it must have a completed thought, like it delivers some meaning. So, talking about the subject itself, the subject could be, for example, a noun, like when you say pollution, car, or table. It could be a noun phrase, like a group of words next to each other acting as a noun, like when you say global warming, black car. Or sometimes the subject itself could be a pronoun, like when you say she, he, it, they. Okay? So this is related to the subject. A verb could be just a single verb, like increase, play, feel, is, because is sometimes could be a main verb. Or it could be a verb phrase. If you say has increased, is playing. Yeah, so it's composed of 2 verbs. This is the helping verb and this is the main verb here. Okay? So this is related to the subject and verb. Now, let's have a look at those examples for simple sentences. Emma is writing a letter. Emma is the subject. What is she doing? Is writing. That's the verb. Okay? And the letter here is the object. So in this case, we have an object. Okay? My brother speaks loudly. My brother is my subject, and the verb is speaks. Okay? They broke the glass. They is the subject. As you see here, it's a pronoun. Broke, that's the verb, and here it's an object. Okay? So those are examples for simple sentences. Why I'm giving those quick examples? Just to show you that every time you think about writing a main idea in an essay, start in this sequence, subject-verb. Once you cross this point, you will be able to write the rest of the sentence. And this is my experience with students. I see students, once I give them the first 2 words in a sentence, they can easily complete it, okay? So, what are the steps to write a main idea? Based on this very short grammar lesson, let's make it very practical. So, to come up with a main idea in essay, the first step is think of the main idea and just approach it from a real life experience. And this is how you will overcome the first challenge, which is coming with a relevant idea. Okay, so approach the topic from a real life experience perspective. Think about something happens with you similar to what you are being asked on the test day, for example. So that's the first step. You have to come up with the idea in your mind from a real life perspective. Then on the paper, I would say you have to do it on the paper, okay, just to try to imagine and visualize the structure of the sentence. Probably later when you become really good at it, you can straight away type into the computer. So on the paper, write the subject, and as I mentioned, the subject itself could be a pronoun or it could be a noun. And if you decided to write it as a pronoun, most likely it will be referring to this topic itself that was written by you just a sentence before that main idea. And on the paper as well, write the verb. So start with the subject and then follow it with the verb. Once you have got the subject and the verb, you will be easily able to, on the paper as well, wrap it up and complete the thought. Just make sure you have delivered a very meaningful sentence, or you could add the object at the end if needed. All right? So this is theoretically. Let's make it more practical and have a look at those examples. Let's look closely at it. This is a real exam question. They're asking, does a certain type of music affect young children's learning? Agree or disagree, whatever. Let's assume we need to come up with positive ideas. Okay, where's the first step? Think of the main idea in your back mind from a real life perspective. Oh, okay, it's good for the personality. Yeah, helps my personality or helps the children's personality. Done. Now we have to make it a full sentence, a simple sentence. Think about the subject. So the subject will be music. Yeah, why not? Music, because I'm talking about music, so I can put music as a subject, okay? So that's my noun, which is the subject. Now I have to come up with the verb. So the subject comes first, followed by the verb. I will come up with a verb phrase, as I did show you earlier. I would say, helps to build. Music helps to build. And once you reach here, it will be so easy, guys, for you to finish the sentence with a completed thought or an object, okay? So what I did here, on the paper, I'm wrapping up my sentence with a completed thought. So I said, music helps to build stronger personality. Done. That's your main idea number one. So if you are talking about the advantages of music, if you end up getting this sentence, your writing score will be boosted. Another example. Let's think about it from a negative perspective. Again, think about a negative idea or one disadvantage for learning music at school. Again, I come up with a main idea in my back mind. It's expensive, it's time consuming, whatever. Then I start on the paper, I write the subject, learning music. That's my subject, learning music. It could be a noun phrase, do you remember? So we said the subject could be a noun or a noun phrase. So here, it came as a noun phrase, and for me, I prefer writing a noun phrase. I could get higher score in the essay because of this content. So, learning music, then a verb. The verb here is. That's my main verb, okay? So now I have the sentence, learning music is what? It's so easy to complete the thought now. I can say, learning music is time consuming, learning music is expensive, and done. And this is how you ended up getting 2 negative main ideas and 1 positive idea. And if you are using a template, you can fit those ideas in the template and you are safe from a content perspective. Another example, here we go. Some people believe that the sole aim of higher education is to make people ready for employment. Discuss, agree, disagree, whatever. Again, let's come up with some positive ideas about higher education. The first step is think about the main idea in your back mind. Okay, you're ready to go. Start with the second step, which is writing the subject. What is my subject? The easiest way would be the topic itself. So my subject is higher education, which is a noun phrase in this case. So higher education, okay, what does it help us to do? It helps, okay. So higher education helps what? Helps graduates land better jobs, helps secure better jobs, helps us have a brighter future, whatever. So that's my first main idea. Can I come up with another main idea? Yeah. Same story. That's the subject here. Higher education, verb, I said enriches the society with skilled labor. Okay, done. Now let's talk negatively about this topic. Again, first step, think about the main idea in your back mind from a real life perspective. I would say, oh, okay, it would be expensive, it doesn't offer practical skills, whatever, yeah? So once you have those ideas in your back mind, and this will be in the planning stage while you are doing the essay in the first 2 to 3 minutes, you can start writing them on the paper. First step, again, write the subject, which is higher education. It is a noun phrase, and come up with the verb. Here is my verb for the first main idea. So I would say, higher education costs. Now you have to complete the sentence to come up with a completed thought. Higher education costs huge amounts of money. Done. That's the first negative idea. You are very good to go. The second main idea, okay, higher education, that's a noun phrase, doesn't provide. That's a verb phrase. And the computer will be very, very happy, by the way. Higher education doesn't provide what? It doesn't provide practical knowledge. Done. So this is how I ended up getting 2 negative ideas. So now I have 2 positive ideas. I have 2 negative ideas. If I have a proper template, I will end up in a very good essay. This is what I wanted to share with you. Watch the lesson, start fixing the issue instead of giving the exam once and twice and thrice for 3, 5, 6, 1 year, whatever. Approach it in a proper way, write a good essay, fix the other tasks, do well in the other tasks, and I would say congratulations. Thank you guys. I'll see you soon.